Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Live in Conversation. I am your host, René Antoine, with my co-host, Attorney Daphne Chameleon. Hello, Daphne. How's it going?
Good, good, good. Hello, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. It's a new month. And then so the second quarter of the year is here. So yeah, so it's actually the first Wednesday in April, even though it's April 7th. So we are glad to be back with you all live in conversation. This is a show where we bring information that you care about, that we care about. So I'm a financial marketing entrepreneur where I help my clients to protect, save, and grow their money. And attorney Daphne Chameleon is obviously an attorney focusing on um, immigration law. And then so I'm gonna have you introduce yourself as well as share the disclosure, please.
Yeah, so I'm Daphne Chameleon from Chameleon Law. As Renee stated, I am an attorney. Going into our disclosure, I'm an attorney, but not your attorney. Anything that's said this evening does not constitute attorney-client does not enter into an attorney-client relationship. Renee is a financial services person, and any information she gives tonight does not enter you into a personal finance relationship with her. The information we're giving tonight is for informational purposes only. If you want to set up appointments, we'll have information at the end where you can contact us directly or your own personal attorney or financial services person. Do your own research, as we stated.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Hello to all of you joining. I see you. Please share this conversation. Please share this live. And obviously, if you are part of the immigrant community and you know somebody who may find value from this information, obviously, we have an attorney here who can potentially answer some of the questions. Go ahead and do that. I will be having a financial literacy segment at the end. Obviously, April is financial literacy month, so I want all of you all to come in and be part of this as well. So it is a conversation. So feel free to put your comment, ask question. That way, we will actually have a conversation. So let's start with our current news. I'm gonna take it to you, Tony Daphne Chameleon, as we go and discuss. You go ahead and share it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so there was an article that just came out recently about it's about a new law in Utah that took place says that men have to pay half of the expenses of pregnant women. And it says if the biological father is responsible for half the expenses, that includes insurance premiums, medical expenses, the hospital stay. They're responsible for half the expenses in short. So I'm saying, what are your thoughts out there? Is this fair? Is this not fair? What Because for me, or I should say for me, it seems like the law is targeting people who are having kids out of wedlock. Because if you were married, this would be moot, right? It's not like you can sue your spouse, for expenses. So it's almost like a free child support before the child is here. Um, some of the research that I did, that people are saying, the law was introduced by Republicans in the state, and the reason I say that is because the other side is saying that the reason they're doing or they said their reason is to be pro-life. They said that they want to advocate for life, and they want to give women the opportunity to not choose abortion, and to, if they had support, they feel that the woman would be more likely to have the child. There is, and then because at the same time that this was introduced, other anti-abortion laws were also introduced, so that's why people are linking the two together. So yeah, so what do you think about that, Renee? And anybody out there listening, what are your thoughts about men having to pay for a child who's not an unborn child?
This is definitely a touchy subject. And so I'm just gonna keep it as I don't know. So here's my thought. Okay. So this, and I'm trying not to really put faith in this. A lot of you know me, I'm a faith person. So which means that, you know, so when it comes to women's right and basically the right to have a child, and obviously you mentioned how the Republican is putting this in place so that it's gonna decrease the likelihood of a woman having an abortion due to lack of support.
This is what they said.
There's a lot of hypocrisy going on that. Okay, I can definitely see why. I can definitely see why maybe a woman may want to have support when it comes to, okay, I mean, like medical bills. I have two children, like medical bills. Even when you have insurance, the extra cost, it's a lot. And then so if we are in a relationship with someone, I will. I mean, some men decide not to support the child, so maybe they will want to decide not to support the pregnancy as well. So if a woman choose to go that route, honestly, I don't see a problem with that. Because at the end of the day, if they're gonna seek child support when the child is here, then either seeking the child support when the child is here and requesting for those back expenses, or can there be like a way that, okay, let's support the pre-child expenses, and then if we end up being not being the person's child, then like how do you recover those costs? So there's a lot that goes on in it. But if it's really about supporting the woman, I think that there's a lot that needs to be done. That's not the first step. That goes all the way back to maybe fair employment,
Mm,
paying women what they're worth, um, better access to healthcare, affordable healthcare. So I don't think this is going to be the first step. And then and then again, this is we're not talking about abortion right now. We are
mm,
talking about somebody's wanting to receive the benefit or receiving assistance. I don't want to call it assistance because at the end of the day, you're not doing me a favor. Okay, we
mhm,
did this together. Okay, we should be responsible for it together. But at the end of the day, though, if we were in a relationship that was agreeable, we would have prevent all that in the beginning. So definitely do not feel your hot fire. I'm gonna yeah, I have a lot more I could say, but I'm gonna leave it right here.
No, I mean there. So I should say that if there is a question of paternity, it says that the man can wait. So because he can establish paternity before he pays, right? And other things, the law said is that it's not automatic. The woman has to file for it. I it makes sense that of course he should be responsible. You want them to take the responsible steps, both people to take care of all the expenses, because it's just not one person that the burden should be on. But if we're gonna go if we're gonna go into like the whole um birth, and we care, if we really care about the child and really care about the women, some of the critics of this have said that these are not the steps, that you need to do stuff about what about childcare and what about these support
Exactly.
afterwards.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is not only it. I see a lot of potential. Now, this is the first state in the whole United States that has so there's other laws in the book, but not this straight pre-pregnancy, pre-baby, child support, right? Before the pre-baby child support, I think is what they called it.
Yeah.
Potential issues, not the, like fraud, not, or, yeah, straight fraud, or just the man thinking that it's his child. It's not the implications. So let's say a lot of states now, if you put if the man puts his name on the birth certificate, and doesn't know the kid's not his, and goes a couple years like that, and then he finds out and tries to, you know, not be the father, he's forced to. So if we start this, and that's a whole lot of can of worms of
Yeah, no,
regulation.
that is, mm-mm.
If we start now, and there's a lot of laws that are, archaic, and so like if we start this, um, if a man thinks that the child's his, he doesn't question paternity because they're together, right? They're together. So he doesn't question it. He starts doing these. Maybe she needs assistance. She needs to go on government assistance. That often triggers the court. So that because they want to know who the father is, so that they can ask the father to contribute before a state will contribute, right? So if she wants to go on assistance, they go ahead and they go after the father. He's fine with it because he knows, he believes this is his child. The baby's born, he signs birth certificate. Now we have a pattern, right? He's already started paying. He now signs birth certificate, and then later he finds out the child's not his. So then I think it's just like an extra layer of support against the man. um so I think it needs to go further. Like I think if we really want to be truthful, and because I think it's targeting unmarried people 100%, right? So if we want
But then,
to,
I'm sorry.
uh,
But then, like, what is a married couple wanted to request that? Because at the end of the day, we have to look into we have to look into, like you said, like for people who may need assistance, like with medical need or medical access, like Medicaid and stuff like that. And then so that way that they can get that recoup that cost from the father or the potential father.
mhm.
So technically, this is just to, I don't want to say remove some of those assistance, but it's kind of to remove or eliminate some of those assistance. But at the end of the day, like if we're going to speak about, okay, decreasing abortion, and again, I don't want to go there, but then let's also talk about, like you mentioned about childcare.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk about, having access to job that's pay you, not working 40 hours and not being able to afford your rent. Okay, so we have to talk about all the things, and as well as a lot of the state still have the what do you call it, attorney Daphne Chameleon? um when they execute people,
Oh, death penalty.
the death penalty. Okay, so we cannot talk about human life without acknowledge all those.
Mhm.
Okay, so human life is not only when it is in the fetus stage, it's also when the child come out and becomes a human being, and then also having, and especially for people in our community who looks like me and who end up in in bad situation because of how they look like. So all of this is human rights. So if we're gonna talk about human rights, let's talk about everything.
Yeah, I
That's
think.
my 2 cents.
No,
Mhm.
I think that's fair. I think that they are. That's why on the surface it seems like, okay, this, yeah, it makes sense, everybody should be responsible, but there's so many layers to this, and like, that's why people are questioning the actual motive of this law and the actual enforcement. Will it be enforced, right? um
Yeah, how would it be enforced?
how, well,
So,
right, because she's going to have to,
exactly.
it's going to be triggered by the woman. And some of the comments I've seen in posting, I thought someone said an interesting comment about, are they going to enforce custody? And I was like, they should. If this is really about the, supporting the woman, it's a double standard, right? Like, it's the same thing. You don't, if she, I know I'm gonna touch on abortion a little bit. If she wants abortion, you're not gonna force the man to pay for half of it, right? Um, and she gets to make her choice, right? And he doesn't have a say in it. So in this
This
part,
is complicated.
right, it is. And so this part too is when the baby's born, there's also the assumption that, is that the woman, is going to have primary custody, right? the man is the one going to court to ask for joint custody. Who's going to have and lots of men raise kids, nowadays, lots and lots and lots of men. But the natural, our society doesn't assume that the man is going to raise it, or even that this man is going to have 50% joint custody. Here's the baby's room. You have the baby's room if they're not together, right? So I just think that, like, if we're talking about, we want to make things equal, we need to do it across the board. If you want to talk about supporting the woman, it's not just when the baby's in her belly, it's about the time and the expenses afterwards in raising the child.
And so the best way to avoid this, let's have babies with people. I mean, again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Believe me, you all. I'm not saying I went to the straight path, but if we want to avoid all the shenanigans, let's have babies with people that we actually want to raise kids with. So I hope, let us know what your thought about this segment. Do you believe that free? Say it again. How did you phrase it?
Um, it's not. Wait a minute. What's child support? It's pre pre
Free baby.
pre baby child support.
Free baby child support. Should free baby child support be a goal? What is your thought about it? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's not right? Yes. So leave us a comment. We would love to know. And I should have put a segment. I'll do that next time, Daphne. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So with that being said, let's. Oh, we were not planning to share this because I just saw this news. Unfortunately, I just saw a news that shared that a toddler, a 21 months old toddler, was shot on Lakeshore Drive on a case of road rage. I mean, again, this. Let's talk about this. Let me share my screen.
Lakeshore Drive, Chicago.
Lakeshore Drive, Chicago. Yes, we international, y'all.
Right.
I don't want to say that.
And that's a
Uh,
that's um a spot where people drive, that they call it Lake Shore because it borders the lake, and so it's beautiful scenery. It goes all the way from the north side of Chicago all the way to the south, the parts of the south of Chicago.
okay, so here's this beautiful baby boy. Okay, his name is Caden Swan, right? So was critically injured in a shooting on Lakeshore Drive Tuesday. And according to this statement, he's in a coma on ventilator as doctors fight to save his life. Why are we shooting on Lakeshore Drive?
I wish.
Why do we think it's okay to just do that? And then so right now the police need assistance with identifying the vehicle that was, I guess, shooting at the other vehicle that hit this kid. And I think the bullet went to the back of his head and out of his cheeks. I'm sorry. Again, I just saw this news and I thought that it was important for us to share that. Anybody who have information to go ahead and share that. If obviously. And then so I have two kids. I live in Chicago and I would not want that to happen to anybody. And it's important that we share those news and it's important that we speak about those things because we want to live in a city that's safe. We want people to have common sense where road rage should not entail shooting at a vehicle.
And
Uh,
I,
so go-
I do want to say this about road rage because I've I've experienced road rage, as far as like, I don't say a victim of road rage, but just like, I've been upset in the car at other people, but obviously I control myself. But and nothing could compare what you even say would call road rage. I think everyone's been upset, like, oh, the person cut me off, whatever. But like, do I chase
to
a
pull
person?
a gun?
Do I, right? I was gonna say, do I curse at a person? Do I even go that far? But I have been on the receiving end of people cursing me and doing whatever. And I just, um, as human beings, we have to be better, just in general. Like, how does a car, problem escalate to guns and shooting? I mean, what could a person have done to nothing? Nobody, this is not, there's nothing to justify this. And so we just have
The
to do
baby.
the
There's a
basics.
baby.
There's so many crazy people out there. I mean, there's no look to the to the nonsense. There's no, you can't look at someone. Sometimes you can look at someone and say, okay, they're not right. But like, there's so many people that you just don't know. You don't know in this day and age. I mean, and we have to be better humans. A baby is fighting for their life. 21 months.
So I think more people should share this. More people should be talking about this. Again, I wouldn't know about it if I didn't open my computer and see the news. But in that, I believe that was 2 days. Yeah, I think I don't know, maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. But more of us should share this information. Okay, so this goes all into Black Lives Matters. Um, so let's talk about it. So let's go to immigration now.
Yeah, so immigration, right now with immigration, there's a lot of bills that are either pending or have been introduced to Congress. It has been a busy couple months. So if you have an immigration matter or you have a loved one that has something going on with immigration, just be, trying to pay attention to the news here and there, to see what's going on. So right now, there's the Dreamers and Promise Act. That's for the DACA people. That has been introduced to Congress, to the House of Representatives. It passed, and now it has to pass with the Senate. So if it does, then that will become a done deal. So that's exciting, but there's no guarantee. They need 50. So their idea is, people have been saying they need 50 Democrats and 10 Republicans, but that's not a guarantee. There's the farm workers. It's called Farm Workers Modernization Act, and that's for farm workers, um, giving them a pathway to citizenship. That right. So that's for people who are farm workers who are working in the U.S. And that also was introduced. The House voted on it, passed it, and now it's up to the the Senate to make a decision. There's the other one, citizenship for. I'm trying to get the name of it exactly. Citizenship um, for essential workers. So that is another bill. That one just has been introduced. It hasn't been voted on, but the idea is for, there's roughly, I think it was like 5 million essential workers, that possibly could have, be in this category. So potentially in this category. So this is going to give people the opportunity. Obviously, that's going to have its own criteria, but the opportunity to, when they say citizenship, it just means a pathway to green card. Once they have a green card, they wait a couple of years, and then 5 years, and then they go ahead and apply for citizenship. It's just a pathway. It's a way to get your get your legal papers. The other last one is, under the Biden administration, deportation has slowed down. So under the past administration, there was a strong emphasis on deporting, just deportation of everybody. Um, so the so there was a strong so that what that means is, like, under President Obama and now under Biden as well, what they're doing is they are deporting people who have criminal backgrounds, who, how it works is, if a person commits a crime, who's undocumented or overstay, or doesn't have status in the United States, let's say they committed bank robbery, okay, They robbed a bank. They went to prison, federal prison, for 10 years. Soon as they're up, parole, soon as their term is done, they're then picked up, transported or picked up, regardless, and sent straight to ICE custody, right, for deportation proceedings. So they're looking for people who are criminals, who are, you know, involved in stuff that they don't want here. The people who overstay or who are undocumented, who are regular people living their life, they're not specifically targeting those people for deportation. Doesn't mean they're saying it's okay, but they're not going to their door, knocking it down and trying to deport them. So that's their focus is back to just to criminals, or people who've been convicted, and just there's a lot of people. There's different categories in that, but that's their focus right now. And so because of things like that, the deportation rate for people who are not don't have what's that called, documentation. I'm sorry, doesn't have documentation, has like tremendously dropped in the last couple of months. So depending on your thought process on it, I'm an immigration attorney. That's good news for me. So for other people, they may not believe that, but for me, that's really really good news.
I mean, that's great information. So for all of you watching, feel free to go ahead and share this information. Obviously, it's just been introduced, so it's not a bill yet. But what are your thoughts on essential workers getting a pathway to citizenship? So I would love to hear your feedback and your opinion about it, because I mean, if people are out here sacrificing their life, they're putting skin in the game. And then so therefore we should be able to give them access to live a life of dignity, a life that they can get something back from what the offering to the society. So what is your thought on that, Daphne?
Um, so for me, sorry, I was looking to share this. For me, yeah, I think it's a no brainer. They're working, they're paying taxes, they're things that paying taxes into a system that they're not benefiting from. As far as when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about like Social Security and some of the other programs that if they never get green cards, they'll never benefit from it. Um, you know, it's their contribution is tremendous. And so we've all gone this past year in lockdown. We've all been reliant on essential workers, whether that's grocery store workers, the people in the medical fields, just everybody across the board, fast food deliverers, people working in the kitchen. Like there's so much that we have benefited from them going to work. We're all in this together. So I think it would be, huge.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. Hello, everyone. This is René Antoine, live in conversation with attorney Daphne Chameleon, where we live every Wednesday talking about immigration news, current news, and being a financial entrepreneur. I also share ways that we can. Are you back, Daphne?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you went out a little, so I just wanted to make sure that you were here. Great, great, great. So now that we've discussed, now that we've discussed current news, immigration news, we'll go to our last segment, which is a financial literacy segment, where I will share about ways that you and I we can stay ahead financially. So April is Financial Literacy Month, and then so this is a month dedicated for us to take a good look into our finances, see where we are, how can we do better, and what kind of help or support do we need. And then so earlier on this year, I discussed, obviously every new year we all have goals. Some of us have goals to lose weight. Some of us have goals to make a lot of money. Some of us just have goals to have peace of mind. I know I have all three of those goals. No, not all three. I don't need to lose weight. Maybe I need to gain a little weight. So, with that being said, the first quarter of the year, we all want to, go ahead and achieve those goals. Now we're in the second quarter. So how have you and I done when it comes to those goals that we have? So if financial literacy or having a better, I guess, financial health is what you wanted to do, this month, everywhere you go, or all financial advisor or everyone who is in the financial literacy space is gonna be sharing ways you and I we can do better when it comes to managing our money, budgeting, seeing where we are. So I wanted to share with you all Lynn Richardson. She is an amazing, a knowledgeable person in the financial literacy space. And the fun thing I love, the good thing I love about her is because she keep it straight to the point. Okay, no fancy language. She tell you like it is, but then she's giving you concrete steps on how to go from A to Z, so that you're not overwhelmed. And then so if you and I were in a situation right now, well, we wanna, go from the beginning, see exactly where we are financially. I shared an article this month on my blog, René Antoine, that says before we even go about seeking wealth, where are we financially? Or before we go about, okay, say I wanna, let's say you wanna pay off your debt. But then really, do you know how much debt that you and I have? So
Mm.
if somebody was to say, I'm gonna write a check for you right now to the penny to pay off your debt, will you be able to give an exact number? So by taking this month, financial literacy month, let's assess where we are financially. Okay. And also, now that we're gonna take some time, maybe the first week. I think the first week is over. I'm sharing this now. But then if let's say you want to take this weekend to go over maybe go to Credit Karma. Credit Karma, I use Credit Karma. This is a platform where, and I'm not being paid for this, it's not it's not an advertisement. It's where you can see, I would say, all of your debt that you have with a lender. So if you owe your cousin $1,000, it's not gonna be in there. But then it's gonna be your legit, banking debt. So you'll be able to see where you are. You will be able to see the minimum payment. You will be able to see, have you been paying on time, and also you'll be able to see if you need to dispute anything. So if you do wanna like work on your debt and you want to work on your credit, it's a good place to start. Know where you are, use those tools, and I'll also share another tool with you all, to help you manage your. I was gonna share it. Yeah, it's vertex42.com, which is a debt reduction calculator. So once you go in, maybe you use Credit Karma or maybe you use something else, that way you can see all your debt. And then now you can use vertex42.com to be able to put some calculation in how you can pay in a way that it's depending on your goal. If you want to do it faster or if you wanna pay less interest. So depend on your goal, then you will see which part to go paying first. But then it's also important that we're not, I mean, if you want to pay that, we on that because we were not making enough money, and then so therefore we depended in those, credit cards and whatever. That also mean that we also have to increase our income. So it is important that all of us, that's what Lynn Richardson teaches on. She says everybody needs a home-based business. Everyone. You need it, I need it. And then when a lot of time when people say everyone, like when she said everyone need a home-based business, it does not mean go out there and get a franchise or just invest a lot of money. No. At the end of the day, if you and I really think about it, we all have a home based business. If you do somebody's hair, that's a home based business.
Mhm.
Okay, if you do somebody nail, that's a home-based business. If you teach people how to communicate, or if you go and teach people how to write their resumes, if you teach somebody how to do interviews, that's a home-based business. And what Len Richardson is speaking about is how we can take advantage of so many tax deduction that the typical 9 to 5% cannot take advantage of, and then they end up giving up over 30% of the salary to the IRS. And then so if you and I we don't want to give 30% or more of our salary to the IRS, let's take advantage of getting a home-based business, something simple, something that's not gonna conflict with our 9 to 5. Definitely, it's important to have a 9 to 5. That's your thing. I'm not shaming it at all. But all I'm saying is that Len is gonna teach you how simple it is to start a home-based business and then to take advantage of so many tax deduction. So that being said, if that's something you are interested in doing, you can go to thrivewithlane.com. I'm gonna share it with you all.
Lynn Richardson also has tons of videos on YouTube as well.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get
She
a tip.
has, yes, yes, teach yourself. She has videos on YouTube. She has a Facebook page. She has so many things. And then so you can start small with her books. So if you wanna start with a freedom package, it's like $45.99. And then so it is a 21 days to financial freedom, and it is like a 2-on-1. Not only she's gonna teach you how to get to be financially free, but she's also gonna teach you, like I said, how to start a home-based business. And then that's something that you're doing anyway, something that you are passionate about anyway, and how you can go ahead and take advantage of those taxes and keep more of your paycheck. And then so it is a affiliate link, thrivewithlane.com, and then you can see if that's something that's for you. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But then you get coaching. So if she's doing it, she knows it, why not learn from her? That's my financial segment for today. My name is René Antoine. I'm a financial marketing entrepreneur helping people to protect, save, and grow their money. So, any question, comments, concern? I think we're done for the day.
We are. Oh yes, I was
Awesome.
gonna say that our new time is 8:30
Yes,
in
yes. So
format.
our new time is 8:30, and I was supposed to put a ticker. Okay.
Yeah, our new sorry.
Yeah, I'll put my information in the comment.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, our new
Awesome.
time is 8:30. And we'll be going from 8:30 to 9.
Yeah, 8:30 to 9. Yeah. So we had so we shared two news today. We were only gonna share one, but then I saw that it was important for us to share about the shooting that happened on Lakeshore Drive. So please go ahead and share that, and let's bring awareness to that. That's
Yeah.
it for the day. Winnie Antoine signing out.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
everybody. Bye.